Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Saturday, October the 29th, 2022. This is Flosstube number 24. If you are new to my channel, I would like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about my cross stitch. I do everything from small things to big things. Everything takes me 150 years to finish because I do all the things and I jump around from project to project and hardly ever finish anything. If you're returning to my channel, I'd like to welcome you back. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. If you are not already subscribed and you like what you see, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. I post about every 2 weeks. And yeah, buckle up because this is going to be a long one if you didn't see the timestamp already. Yeah, I have a lot to show. I have a few whips I'm going to show, and then I got a lot to talk about. My birthday was 2 days ago. Happy belated birthday to me. And so I treated myself with some patterns, and then I took the day off of work on Friday and went to my favorite LNS, Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala. LNS is stands for Local Needlework Shop. I almost forgot. Local Needlework Shop, for anyone who doesn't know what LNS means. But as much as I love it, it's a 2-hour drive one way, so I can't just drop stuff and go. It has to be like a planned trip. So since I took the day off of work on Friday, I went up there and yeah, bought some stuff up there. And then I went to my mom's today to celebrate my birthday. She made me the best birthday dinner. She made steak and she made some shrimp with the crab cake on top, and she cooked it in garlic butter. And then she like smashed some potatoes and put that, you know, that spreadable goat cheese stuff that you put on crackers. She put that on the potatoes and stuck it in the broiler. Then she made a caprese salad with some, like, on a bed of arugula. And got me cupcakes from Publix. It was so good. It was the best. It was better than the dinner I went out to on my birthday. Anyway, and then she got me a bunch of cross stitch stuff, cross stitch related stuff for my birthday. So I'm going to show that, and then I'm going to talk about and show you some other stuff that I got, and then we'll talk about my plans for New Start November. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I am filming this on Saturday night instead of during the day like I normally do. Mr. Whiskers, hey, psst, psst, stop scratching at the carpet, stupid cat. Anyway, so hopefully the lighting is okay. I have my light that I normally use to stitch. I have that kind of acting as a ring light right now to give me some extra lighting. So we'll see how it goes. If it turns out better than when because sometimes, you know, like my other videos, when it's during the day, it gets dark and gloomy and it's hard to like get a good lighting. So anyway, all right, so we're going to talk about my whips first. And then if you don't feel like listening to the rest of it, then you can go ahead and peace out after that. But if you want to hear about all the other stuff, then stick around. Like I said, this is going to be a long video because I got a lot of stuff to show. But we'll get to the stuff that most people like to watch, the whips. So the first, and my broken plans. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, this is in no particular order. This is Autumn Sampler from Cooler Design Studio. Artwork is by Sandy Orton. I am stitching this on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco 2/2. This is using DMC floss. This is where I'm at so far. So there are going to be some shadows because of the lights, I think, but that's okay. It's just at the bottom. So since the last time you saw it, I backstitched around this block right here, got the lines going across over by the leaves, got some more leaves in, started working on this part. I finished this banner. I have to backstitch it still, but I finished the banner and backstitched the word harvest. I got to put some lazy daisies in over here and over here. I got a lot of this done. Oh, and I backstitched that sun. And then I got a lot of this done right here. So next time I pull this out, I'm gonna finish this right here, finish filling in the field, and yeah, the little stream going right here, and then I gotta backstitch some stuff in here. So there's that. I'm trying to backstitch as I go with some of these projects, because if you've seen if you saw my whip parade from a while ago, you saw I have a few projects that literally all they need is backstitching, and that's it. And they're just sitting there because I hate backstitching. I hate it. I know what it does. I love the look of it. I hate doing it. And a lot of my projects have it. So I'm going to try to backstitch as I go so that when I get done, and that's it. And I'm done. All right. So there's that one. And then the next piece I'm going to show you, is the other one from them, another one from them that I worked on. This one is Winter Sampler from Cooler Design Studio. Again, artwork is by Sandy Orton. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I have Spring Sampler as well, but I didn't work on that one this fortnight. And I'm also stitching this on 28 count T-dye Monaco 2/2. That is where I'm at with it. I was just working on this last night. Yeah, I was just working on this last night, so it's still in the Q-snap. So what I've done since you last saw it was I finished filling this in, and I backstitched along the red on the sides of the banner and the 10, 9, and 8. This is the New Year's section of the sampler. So when this gets backstitched, it's going to say happy, and it's going to have 3 ribbons going across saying Happy New Year. This is the clock counting down to midnight. This is the start of a little mouse right here with a party hat. And there's going to be another mouse right here with a party hat, and then some squiggly lines right there. So, and then you got this line going across right here because this is page 1. And what I'm hoping is to work on page 1 until it's completely done, and then I'll move on to either the page on the other side or the page underneath. I don't know which one yet. So there's that. My French knots look atrocious. I see on the 10, one's bigger than the other one. It's whatever. French knots are awful. Yes, I know there's other alternatives. I'm not doing beads. And I've already done them. I'm not going to pull them out and do colonial knots. It's whatever. I don't care. It don't bother me. The next one I'm going to show you is Summer in the Village. This is from, did a lot of seasonals, didn't I? Summer in the Village from Stony Creek Collection. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And the quote at the bottom says, summer, what does it say? I can't read. Summer is a lovely time of carefree play and sunny days. I don't remember who dyed my fabric, but I know that the color is African Daisy. African Daisy? Yeah. I'm stitching this 2/2. That's where I'm at. So I still have to fill in a couple things in this building here, but since you last saw it, I did all this up here, completely did this building right here. All the stitches are done. I just need to backstitch it, and I started on this over here. So I still have to finish the roof and then fill this in here. And then over here, there's going to be the rest of the trees in the background right here. And there's going to be a lamp post with some balloons and a little park bench with some flowers. And then this side will be done. And then I'll start coming back and back stitching this, and then finish this one. And then, you know, kind of go back across. There's 2, 3 more buildings going this way. And then the bottom border. So there's that. And the next thing that I'm going to show you is my little kit from Dimensions called Believe. This was not originally in my rotation. I had to pull it out for a prompt on one of my cross-stitching games on Facebook. I needed to put in 200 stitches on one of my smallest projects, and this was the one I picked. I did way more than 200 stitches. I haven't been telling you how many stitches I did because even though I put them, like I wrote them down, I don't have the papers with me, like on me. They're like over there, and I forgot. I think they're about 1,000 stitches each I put in. I don't remember. This one, I believe I did about 750 stitches on it. That's what it looks like right now. So since you last saw it, I did the E, and I carried this red border across, and I filled this in completely. I did this, finished this part right here. Last time you saw it was just a little bit right there. Finished this, and all this down here. There's one more color I have to put some half stitches in scattered on this part. Obviously I gotta do that and that, and that says Joy down there. So I did notice that I did a boo-boo on this up here, this line right here, and then that same color in this block here. They're full stitches, they're full crosses, and they're supposed to be half cross. So I noticed it when I went to go do that same color up here, and when I went to go pull the thread, I noticed it was in the half cross column instead of the full cross, and I was like, oh crap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the rest of it. So I went ahead, and once I noticed that, I didn't finish this one, and I didn't do any more of the brown here, but I went ahead and did the half crosses here, and then, you know, kind of carrying it around like that. I'm going to see how much I have left to see if I can just go ahead and finish this and the border doing the full crosses, because I know about how many stitches I get with one length. So if I can see how much thread I have left, I can figure out if I'm going to have enough or if I'm going to have to pull it out and redo it, because I've never run out of a color with the Dimensions kit. I know some people have, but I have not run out of a color with the Dimensions kit, so I might be able to wing it. We'll see. I got 3 more projects to show you. The next one I worked on is from Stitching Jewels. I worked on the Library Monochrome piece. And this is that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And, oh, I don't have my paper. I don't remember the fabric I'm doing this on. Is this, I think this might be, I don't know if it's 20 count or 25 count. It's a blue color. I have it written down, but I don't remember what color. Anyway, this is where I'm at with it. So when I did about 400 stitches on this. Came over here and worked on this part and kind of worked down. So I've done a total of 1,400 stitches out of 46,005. I am 3.04% done with that. I think I'm doing 1/1 full cross. I believe this is a 25 count. It's like some kind of light blue color. The next one I'm going to show you, so this is Believe was the first broken plan because that wasn't originally one I was going to be working on. The next broken plan is this one here. This is Honeymoon Sunset. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is one of my bigger pieces. It is $8.69 by $6.49. It's got 133 colors. I was supposed to work on this 3 days a week for the rest of the month. I did it for 1 more week after my last video, and then I got tired of working on it, and I've set it aside. So that's where I'm at with it. So I'm parking my threads. I will link, I did a parking tutorial like last month or something, and yeah, last month I did a parking tutorial, and I will link that down below if you're interested. I've gotten some really good feedback on it. But what I'm doing, instead of doing like a 10 by 10 block, I'm working in like 400 square. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm working a 4 square and parking either to the side or down below, because I feel like I get more done that way, even though it's the same amount of time. So, but yeah, I have realized that the more that I'm doing on this, not gladder I am, the happier I am that I went back to parking with this, because there's quite a few mistakes because of all the confetti from that blasted palm tree that I love so much. And so I'm glad that I went back to parking on it, because now I feel like I'm making I'm making fewer mistakes. There we go. Use the proper words. I am exactly 28% done with this project. 28.00%. I have done a total of 157,910 stitches out of 563,981. It's a lot of stitches, but the way I have this in the Q-snap, I can't show you the rest of it because it's like all folded up and stuff. So what I do when I put my project in, if I can, is I will take the edge of it. So you see how this is the edge right here? This is this end of the project, and I basically kind of folded that up like that. So it's protecting the stitches that are already done without me having to go get some extra felt or whatever. And it's the edge of the project, so if it gets like, not messed up, but I guess messed up, like if it pulls or something, it's the border, so it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's where I'm at on that. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer look here. And this will be going away until at least December, because I only got a couple more days left in October, and then New Start November happens. So, and then the last whip that I'm going to show you is, when I put it in Pattern Keeper, it came up as sampler 124. Let me get this so that you can see what it's going to look like here. This is from 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. And it's a monochrome piece, but I am not doing it monochrome. I came up with my own little color palette kind of deal. So I did, let me see, where am I at with this one? I don't remember how many stitches I did all together, but I'm currently at 7.17% complete. I've done a total of 2,800 stitches. So my colors are, the boxes are done in $37.99, and then I picked 3 colors and I'm blending them together so that they look like a variegated thread. So let me show you real quick on here. So you see, you can change your settings in Pattern Keeper to add diagonal lines. So you see the red line right there, that's a diagonal. I have it set for 20 stitch wide diagonal. And so diagonal number 1 is pink. It's 2 strands of pink. And then diagonal number 2, I did 1 strand of pink and 1 strand of purple. So I think this is 3805. The purple is 3835, and the blue is, I think, 3750. So diagonal number 2, I did 1 strand of pink and 1 strand of purple. And then diagonal number 3 was 2 strands of purple. Number 4 is 1 purple and 1 blue. Number 5 is 2 blue. Number 6 is 1 blue and 1 pink. Number 7 is 2 pinks. And then number 8 will start back, you know, it'll start back over and just go, and it'll go across the entire thing just like that. So I like the look of it a lot. It looks really neat. And I have a few more projects that I think I would like to try that on with different colors, not necessarily the same colors, but with different colors. I'd like to try that. So I'm sitting at 7.17 complete, and I'm stitching this on an 18 count white opalescent Aida. You can kind of, yeah, you can see the sparkle on there. So I'm stitching this on it. I think it's an 18 count white opalescent. I believe it's 18. It's either 18 or 20. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it for my whips. So if that's all you're here to see, yeah, if that's all you came to see, then have a great day and get lots of stitching in. But I'm going to talk about my birthday stuff that I got, and then we're going to talk about, and then just some other stuff I got, and then we'll talk about my potential starts for November. And I got a lot to show for that. Okay, so let's talk, let's talk about what my mommy gave me. She's the best. Okay, so she got me this shirt here. Fueled by cross stitch and coffee. Ah, isn't that awesome? And then, got a bag. She got me this kit right here from Design Works. It's called The Delivery. And with my tablet. Sorry, I think I just moved you, sorry. And then she got me this little kit from Dimensions to make people. So I can make me and my two boys, and then I can, and there's little cats and dogs on here, so I can put Mr. Whiskers and Gracie Lou on there. And then she got me a couple things of fabric. And let me see, is that all the store-bought stuff? Oh no, there's one more store-bought thing. She got me some beeswax. And the rest of this she made me. She made me a grime guard. And it's kind of like nursing stuff. I'm a nurse, for anyone who doesn't know. Been a nurse since Florence Nightingale was around, I feel like. So she made me a grime guard. And then she made, I forgot to say I have an FFO with her help. Not this though. She made me this bag. She used her little Cricut machine. She made me this bag. It's like merch. So it's got my channel name on it. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Okay, here's my FFO. I forgot to say that at the beginning. So if they turn this off, they're missing my FFO. Ta-da! I stitched that over the summer. It's got my name on it and everything down in the bottom corner. This pattern was from Stitch Rovia. I totally forgot to bring that up. I have an FFO. How exciting. I'm going to put that in the title. I'm just going to make people watch it till we get to this. And then my mom turned it into a project bag for me. Isn't that cute? So, but yeah. So I made that. And then she made this. Isn't that awesome? So this is a good idea for anybody who has something small like this, because look, it's about the size of my hand. So for anybody who makes something small that they're not sure what to do with it, if you got any kind of sewing skills, turn it into a project bag. Yeah. I love it. I think this is probably my favorite thing out of everything. Yeah. Thanks, Mom. Okay. So, got the birthday stuff out of the way. Well, the birthday stuff from her. So I got my whips over there. Let me put my stuff in here. Okay, told you I got a lot to show. I'm gonna try to keep it not super, super long though. Okay. So I don't need to show, this is just little fabric squares. You don't need to see that. I'll just put that there. Okay, so I joined Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month last month, beginning of last month. And I got, so my first piece is from, I received for October of 2022. And this is, I got the 20 count fat half. And this is the color. It is a bit more orange, like a slightly darker. If you've ever tried to photograph fabric, you understand you can't ever get it right because of the lighting. So it's a little bit darker in real life than what it's showing right here. But this is a fat half, so this is half of it. It's folded up right now. And this is the color Pumpkin Spice. This was her fabric of the month for October. I'm hoping to get November soon because I paid my invoice. I think it was like last week. I don't remember if she said she's already sent it out or not. And then my friend Heather sent me Modern Folk Embroideries Fruits of Plenty. Sal from, this was his stitch along from 2021. So she sent me that. So I need to get fabric for this and come up with some colors. It's charted in 2 colors, and while they're nice colors, I'd like to do different colors. And 3 of my friends have stitched this, and all 3 of them look different, and it's really neat. So I want to come up with a good color scheme for this. And did I mention that I went to Brick City in Ocala? I think I did. So I went to Brick City cross stitch in Ocala. It's like fabulous store. If you're near Ocala, I highly recommend it. It's highly recommend it. She's got so many different flosses and thousands of patterns, and she has fabric on bolts. It's not pre-cut. She has it on bolts, like a whole wall of fabric. And they cut, one of my favorite things that they do is they cut the fabric to fit your project. So you don't have to buy a fat half or a fat quarter when you only need like a small piece of it. They will cut the piece to fit your project. So, and they won't even, unless you specifically tell them, like one of the things, like all the patterns that I got fabric for, the lady took the pattern from me. If I had it if I had the pattern, she took the pattern from me and looked at the measurements herself of the stitch count, and then she calculated it all out, and then they cut it and serged it. The only one that I told her what to cut was one specific one, which we'll get to. But yeah, they cut the fabric to fit what you need, and then that way you're not buying more than what you need. So anywho, so these are some, so one piece of fabric that I got from them that I didn't have a pattern in mind for. This was one of their fabrics that they had on sale at the time. And I don't know who dyed. The only thing I will say is that they don't put the dyer, like Picture This Plus, Fiber on a Whim, stuff like that. They don't put the dyer on the paper, but what they do is if you have a project for that fabric, they will write the name of the project on there so that if you're looking at it down the road, you're not like, what did I buy this for? They'll have the project name on there. So this is the color is, it's Crystal Orchid Garden, and it's a 16 count Ada. So it's sparkly. I don't know what the measurement quite is. I think it's on here. 25 and a half by 16 inches. I didn't get this with anything in mind. I just got it because it was pretty. And it was 50% off. And then I got a few patterns that I did not get fabric for. I just got the patterns that I will be getting fabric for. But this one is from the Cricut collection. This is Winter. I've seen a few people stitching this on Flosstube and on Facebook. I need to get the other 3. And I'm gonna get the other 3 before I get fabric for this, because I wanna make sure that either I'd like to try to get the same fabrics, or once I get the other 3, I might take all 4 of them in and then try to figure out, like maybe back over to Brick City again and pick out a fabric that all 4 of them will look good on, or pick out 4 different ones. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, I got winter from Cricut Collection. And then I got Christmas with Friends from Kesslin's. And this this calls for DMC, and then Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid. It calls for 3 of them, number 4, number 9, and 32. So I thought that was really pretty and super, super cute. So I'll be excited to get this one started. And then this is from Hoop-de-Doo. This is called Santa's Cookies. This is a little one. It's like 66 by 67 or something like that. 76 maybe. And it gives you instructions for finishing on a hoop. Isn't that cute? And then I got Hands-On Design, Let's Talk Stitching. And I would like to, I think I would like to do this on like a chalkboard fabric. I didn't see one at Brick City, so that's why I didn't, because if I saw it, then I would have gone ahead and picked some up, but I didn't see it like right away. They were super busy. They had like this little retreat going on, and so there was way more people in the shop than there are normally, and it was making me very very anxious. I was like, because there was just so many people around. So I was kind of like I was like starting to like close up, and I was just like looking at fabric, and I picked a few things out, but then I was like, I got to get out of here. So no fault of their own, none whatsoever. It was just there were so many people. I felt like it was like getting too claustrophobic for me. And then this one I got from Long Donk. Breakfast Club. What's happening, hot stuff? Long Dog Samplers crossword. I really want to get their Christmas themed one, the holiday one. But I saw this and I snatched it up because I've been wanting this for a hot minute. I should have just gotten like a neutral fabric for it, but again, I was like trying to think of what threads I wanted. I couldn't think of what threads I wanted, and then I was like, what if I get a fabric and then I think of some threads and then that's not what I wanted, so I was just like, forget it. So I just went ahead and just picked up a pattern. I'll get fabric later. So those are the things that I got without fabric. I got more from them that I did get fabric for, and then I also got some threads for some other patterns that I needed. Okay, so next up, I think I'm making good time. We're at 32 minutes, 33 minutes now. Next up, we're going to talk about my potential plans. Actually, before I talk about that, we're going to talk about my broken plans. So, regarding like my rotation and stuff. So, remember I talked about I was going to do a focus piece for the month and try to do 3 days a week on it for the entire month, and then I would switch it out with like, it was going to be like on one of my big full coverages, and then that way everyone would get some love, you know what I mean? So to try to get them done. But I realized after about 3 weeks, I was like, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that at all. So, because it's just too much. That's why I have so many whips. Right now, I have 85 whips, thanks to Start It All September. I had 55 before. Now I have 85. And then after November, I'm going to have 105. 115. I need to learn how to add. 85 plus 30 is 115. I've been saying 105 this entire time. It's going to be 115 whips. So I'd like to get that. I would like to get that number down, because that is, it doesn't make me anxious. I'm not stressed out about it, but it is a little bit ridiculous. And I never finish anything because I got so many damn things to work on. I finished that one that I have the FFO on, and then I have one more project that I haven't done an FFO on, but I've only had 2 finishes this year. So my original plan was to have that focus piece so that I could try to get some good progress on my big projects. And then I was going to have like this pile of like 15 whips that I would just like get like a certain number of stitches on. And then once I hit that number, then I would switch it out for something else. And I wasn't really out after doing that for a few weeks. I decided I didn't like that so much. What I like more is, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide all my whips into categories. So they'll either be by designer or by subject. So like my, so like all of my cross stitch studio patterns will be one collection. And then Heaven and Earth will be another. Pain Free Crafts, Charting Creations. All my little gnome patterns that I have will be in another one. And then my seasonal samplers, Stony Creek, the 4 Stony Creek seasons will be one. And then the 4 from Cooler Designs will be one. I think that regarding the Heaven and Earth, the exception I'm going to make with those are the 2 stockings. I'll just keep switching those back and forth. I'm going to keep those in a separate category because I would like to get those done faster. But anyway, I'm going to have everything divided up into categories, and I will pull, and I'll have them all split up. And I'm going to include my really old whips that I haven't worked on in a hot ass minute. I'll include those in this too. Like all my dimensions kits and my stuff that I started from like 150 years ago. And I'll pull one from each category and have that as my active whip pile. And I will do a 5-day thing. Not 5 days in a row, but I will work on, you know, my goal will be to work on each one for 5 times before I put it away. So it could be 5 days in a row, it could be 5 days spread out over 2 months, whatever. But work on it for 5 days, and then I will put that back in its little collection pile, and I'll pull a different one out. And maybe I'll do it that way. We'll try that in November because I did the thing for October. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I do need to figure something out so that I can get some of these things done. Because continuing to add to the pile and not having anything to show for it, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. I will say, I will admit that this whip pile is a little bit ridiculous. So, and I'm fixing to add to it. The other thing that's going to help me is one of my Facebook groups. We are going to be doing a year-long event where we basically pick one of 3 things. It's going to be, the first option is no new starts, which you get the idea. You don't start anything new in 2023. I ain't doing that. Like, I need to get my whips down, but I ain't doing that. There ain't no way I can go an entire year without a new start. Yeah. Another option is all new starts, where basically you start this is really good for monogamous stitchers. You start a project, or, you know, you start a project and you, like everything that once you change, you're starting a new project. So you can start a new project and work on it till it's done, and then start another new project and work on that till it's done. Or start one, work on it for a while, and then start a new one, but you can't go back and work on your old stuff. So every time you pick up a different project, it's going to be a new start. So you can work on the one until you're done with it, or you can work on one till you get sick of it and then just start a new project and work on that till you get sick of it and start a new one. But it's all new starts. You can't go back and work on your whips. I don't want to do that either, because when I do start a lot of things, I start getting the itch to go back to my old stuff. So what I'm going to do is the third option, which is balance. And so she gave criteria for sizes. So you add the height and the width of the piece of the thing together, and then divide by 2. And if it's like less than 100, it's a small. 101 to like 149 or 150 is like a medium, then large, and then anything over 250 is a BAP, right? Big ass project. So we have a WIP album within the group, like on the, we each have our own WIP album. And so we have to basically say the stitch count and then say what category it is. And then when you finish, the idea with balance is that you don't start anything new until you finish something. So I can't I can't start a new project until, like if I wanted to start crossword from Long Dog, I almost said Long Dong again. This is 237 by 210. So it's 447 divided by 2, that's 223 and a half. So that would be a large if I mathed right. But anyway, I would need to finish a project in the large category before I can start this. Make sense? Now if you finish something, you don't have to start something new, but you also, like, I can't like finish one of my tiny little pieces and then start a heaven and earth design. So it's like if you finish something in that category, your new start has to fit in that category as well. So I'm going to do that. So I'm hoping that between that and my plan, I will start getting some finishes next year. We'll see how it goes. So one other thing before I start showing my new stuff, what I was thinking about doing in December, let me know what you guys think. I've already had a few people that I'm friends with on Facebook say that they would like to see this, so I'll probably do it just because they said they wanted to. But it'll basically be kind of like a WIP parade, but it'll be like an end of year recap where I go over everything that I've done. So I would first show any finishes that I have, which would basically only be the bag, my FFO, and then the piece that's not FFO'd, it's just sitting folded up or rolled up in my dresser over there. And then I would show the WIPs that were already started when the new year came, like the WIPs that were already in progress that I've actually worked on this year. Not my WIPs that I haven't worked on since 2005, but the WIPs I've actually worked on this year. And then I would show all the projects that I've started this year. That's going to be a lot because I did 30 in September. I'm going to do 30 in November. And I started a shit ton of them in May and June and August. I think some in July. It's been a year of starts. I mean, it's redonkulous how many new starts I did this year. Yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about doing an end of year recap to show everything that I've worked on, that I've started, just to, show. Have a little end of year WIP parade kind of. But like I said, it would only be on the stuff I've actually worked on, not the stuff I've had sitting in my dresser or under the bed for, over a decade. So yeah, let me know if you want to see that. I mean, honestly, I'll probably do it regardless of what you say, but let me know if you want to see it. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is, yeah, this is going to be a long video. So I'm at 44 minutes right now, and I've got a lot of stuff to show still. I'm going to show you my potential new starts. And I only say potential because I only need 30 and I have way more than 30. Way more than 30. And I'm really excited about these. Like September, I was barely hitting the 30. And then I had a couple snafus with a couple starts, so I had to scramble to find something in my closet to start, and so I was kind of not really feeling, I was losing steam at the end. but this time I learned my lesson. So in September, I had a lot of big projects to start, right? One of them was going to be the CrossFit Studio holiday chalkboard piece. And what had happened was I started the day to night North America on one of the pieces of fabric, right? And it fits. My problem was that I accidentally started it on the piece that was intended, no, it wasn't the day to night. It was the Santa one. The one that's grayscale background with Santa in color. I started him on the piece that was intended for the holiday chalkboard. So the chalkboard isn't going to fit on the other piece of fabric. I mean, it will, but I only gave myself a 2-inch margin. And I feel like, I don't know if I would have purposely done that to myself, but I didn't write down the fabric that I was ordering for what. So I'm not really sure why I would have done that when I could have just gotten a bigger piece of fabric and it would have fit just fine. I don't know. I'll look at that again. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so what I did this time was I made a spreadsheet in Excel with the project name and the designer and then the fabric that I got for it. And if it's like a linen or an even weave, then I put if I was doing over 1 or over 2. So I have well over 30 projects. Some of them I know for sure I'm going to start, and then other ones I'm kind of on the fence about if I'm going to start this one versus that one. So if you see a project, we're going to do like we did in September, but this will be more fun because you're not going to know if I'm going to start it or not. In September, I had you guys tell me which ones you wanted to see, and then that kind of told me when I was going to start them. But this time, you're going to tell me what you want to see, and we'll see if I start them because I have so many to pick from. Fun, right? Okay, so I'm not going to number these because I'm going to lose count. Because I'm going to start talking about them and then I'm going to forget what number I'm on. We can try though. We'll see how long I can make it. Okay, so the first piece I'm going to show you is from Sugar Stitches. I picked this up at Brick City. This is Cupids Cafe. And just so you, like, I'm not going to give you all the details about it, but I'll just tell you, if I remember, I'll tell you if it uses specialty threads or anything. And this is just some DMC. And I will be stitching this on, I'll show you the fabric I have for it too. This will be stitched on a 28 count Lugana in the color Bashful. This is not going to show up very well. It's a pale pink. It's kind of showing up white, but it's a very pale pink. Kind of like a watered down Pepto-Bismol. So that's number 1. I'm keeping all my new starts in this bag here. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble, like back in 2019. And I got it on clearance for like $13 because it was considered a Christmas bag. And I got it after Christmas. So they had it marked down. And it's super cute and it's nice and big too. Hi, Mr. Whiskers. You want to come say hello? Come here. Oh, well, you're huge. I can't help it. Sorry, he's not really hurt. He's just pissed off that I started picking him up. Oh, say hey. Hi. He looks pissed off again, doesn't he? He always looks pissed off. Oh, Mr. Whiskers. Oh, look how big he is. Hold on. Oh. He's a massive cat. Oh, that's why I grunt when I pick him up. And that's why he cries like that when you start picking him up, because he's just so big and heavy. He's like 17 pounds, but he's just a big cat in general, even without all that weight. All right, so back to me. Number 2 is Christmas Rules from Primrose Cottage Stitches. It says Christmas rules. deck the halls, drink hot chocolate, hang your stocking, build a snowman, spread joy, go sledding, and believe. And I will be stitching this. So this just uses, mostly DMC, and then it does have one Gentle Art and one Weeks Dye Works. I don't know if I have that one or not. I gotta look and see. One of the things I want to do next year is organize my stitching stuff a bit more. It calls for Gentle Art and Cranberry. I feel like I might have it. I don't know. If not, I might. I like the way that the red is on there, so I might go ahead and blend it. Blend a dark red and a lighter red or something. Anyway, I'll be stitching this. The model is stitched on a 14 count pewter gray. I will be stitching this on a 16 count. The color is called True Blue, but it don't look blue to me. It looks gray. I think it's really gonna look good on this. So that'll be number 2. Okay, number 3 is Easter Calendar from Tiny Modernist. And this uses all DMC. And I will be stitching this on a 28 count Lugana in the color Unity. That's gonna look really cute on that, I think. I don't really have like any Easter patterns. I don't really have any Valentine's Day patterns either. I realized that when I picked up the Cupid one. So this will be fun. Now I got cat hair. All right, so that's number 3. Yeah, number 3. Okay, number 4. I think this one is going to be on my definite to start list because I really like this one. This is A Wonderful Time of the Year, designed by Ursula and Michael. And I really like this one. It's very cute. So I think this might be one of the ones that I definitely start. I will be stitching this on a, what size is this? 28 count Lugana, a white opalescent Lugana. That's gonna be really pretty on that, don't you think? I think. I already lost count. Is this number 5? I don't know. Anyway, so this next one is Kitty and Me Designs by Pamela Kellogg. This is Sunflower Mandala. You know what? Hold on. Let me do it like this. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so this will be number 5. All right. And then I'll put the 5 here and then I'll know. Okay. So this is Sunflower Mandala by Kitty and Me Designs. This uses all DMC and one Chronic Braid number 4 in the color Antique Gold. And that will be on, it's going to be that, you know, that kind of brownish gold outline right there. That's what that Chronic is for. I'm switching that out for a Petite Treasure Braid of a similar color. I've never really worked with Chronic, but I've heard horror stories and that, and I like Petite Treasure Braid, so I'm going to use that. And I'll be stitching that on a 28 count white Monaco. Okay, so this next one here is from Cross Stitch for Everyone. I've actually had this pattern for a couple years now, and I completely forgot that I had it. I found it in my little cabinet over here. I was like, oh my God. So this is all DMC. It's not full coverage. It's just the words ho, ho, ho. And I picked this up at the store. This is a 14 count Aida, and it's called Silver White. It's basically white Aida with silver in it. I like this so much I picked up an extra roll of it, so I got another roll somewhere on my table. So I'll be stitching that on that. Okay, so this is number 6. All right, number 7 is one that I did not start. I was planning on starting in October and I did not start. The Cabinet of Curiosities Stitch Along from Stitchonomy. This is the outline of the cabinet, and then each space has a little doodad. I don't have a printout of the finish. I've seen it and it looks really cute. I have all the pieces printed, but I don't have the finished product. I should probably get that printed so that I can show what it's gonna look like. I will be stitching this on DMC Charles Craft 14 count Aida. And it's hard to tell here. You can kind of see it. It's like kind of like a brown mottly kind of thing, you know, brown mottled. So I'll be stitching that on that. Okay, number 8. I showed this fabric in my last video. I picked this up at another LNS, Silk Road Needle Art in St. Petersburg. This is Picture This plus 18 count Aida in the color Coastal. It's a bit of a deeper blue than what this light is showing. It's kind of like a tropical ocean blue. Like when you think of the tropical ocean, I got it and I didn't know what I wanted to put on it. I just got it because it was pretty. But this reminds me of like a tropical, like the Caribbean, or like the waters over by the, I've never been, but the waters by the Great Barrier Reef, like, you know, the photos that you see, where the sea turtles live and the coral is, where the sea turtles live. I got this from Stitching Jewels. This is Sea Turtle Monochrome. I am going to stitch this on this, but I'm gonna do it like kind of like a grayscale. I'm gonna pick like 3 or 4 different shades of gray. Nothing too light though. I don't want the gray to get lost on this. So I'm probably gonna do like a medium light to like a really dark gray, and kind of do like I'm doing on that other piece where I do the blend and do it in the diagonal, because this will load into Pattern Keeper. This is Pattern Keeper compatible. So I think I might do that. So 6, 7, 8. All right, number 9. I have 2 of these started already. This will be start number 3. Letters to Hogwarts, Stitch Your Own Adventure from Stuart Cunningham of Cunning Cross Stitch. Let me find the outline of the parchment in case you've never seen it before. These are the parchment, the chapter outlines. Each of these chapters has a different theme. So this one will be your house flag. This one, like this one is your Quidditch, like your position in the Quidditch game. And then there's also, I think it's Defense Against the Dark Arts class and your Patronus. And I think Potions and Spells, and then Diagon Alley. And no 2 are the same. So I don't have like a final product to show you because it's a Stitch Your Own Adventure. So you have your house banner here, right? But your Quidditch, you read the story and then you pick stuff from it, and then what you pick kind of tells you what to put on here. So I have one for myself started. I don't have anything special with it so far. I only have like that right there, just the outline of chapter 1 done so far on both of the ones I've started. But I've started one for myself, and I started one for one of my kids, and then I would be starting this one for my other one, my second kid, my third one. My third one will be for my second kid. And I'll be stitching this on a 16 count Aida in the color Ivory. And this is just all DMC. So yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so number 10. This one is on my definite to-do list. This is a restart. Summer sampler from Cooler Design Studio, artwork by Sandy Orton. I have already started this. It is currently on linen, and I do not like it on linen. I don't like the linen itself. It's very flimsy. I don't like it. My other 3 pieces are on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco, and I like this. So I'm gonna stitch it on this. I'll be restarting this one for sure. You don't even have to tell me you want to see it because I'm going to do it no matter what you say. All right, so that's number 10. All right. Number 11 is from Kitty and Me Designs by Pamela Kellogg. This is Morning Glory. This is all DMC with one Chronic Braid number 4 in the color Pearl. And I am switching that out for a... I'm going to switch that out for a white Petite Treasure braid. But you know what? I gotta look at my thing. I'm not 100% certain if I picked it up or not. I thought about it. I just swore I picked it up. I feel like I did. I gotta find it. See, this is why I gotta organize my shit. I feel like I picked it up. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I might have to make another trip to the store. Anyway, but yeah, so the white in here is the Kreinik. I'm gonna be stitching this on a 16 count Aida in the color Dirty. I think that those colors are really going to pop off of this. And actually, that's what it calls for. It calls for a 28 count Lugana in the color Dirty. So, and I picked this out before I even saw what the call for fabric was. So, that's number 11. Okay, number 12 is All Hallows Eve from Erica Michaels. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I got the orange... Yeah, so it calls for Weeks Dye Works and DMC, and I definitely got I got a few of them, I think, of the Weeks Dye Works. I know I got the sweet potato because I wanted that orange. And I will be stitching this on a 32 count Lugana in the color Vintage Stormy Night. Now, if you get this fabric, just be forewarned, this is a printed fabric. So that side is plain. This side has the pattern on it. So just a heads up. 32 count Vintage Stormy Night. I gotta look and see who, I don't remember who printed it though. Not Picture This Plus. I don't remember. So it's number 12. Okay, number 13. My friend Marion sent me this pattern. Halloween Quaker from Lila's Studio. This does call for some specialty floss, and I believe I did pick it up, all of it that I needed. Pretty sure. I gotta look, double check. But Halloween Quaker from Lila's Studio. I will also be stitching this on 32 count Vintage Stormy Night as well. I think this is gonna be a definite start. I'm pretty 97% certain that's going to be a definite start. Okay, so 13, right? Yeah, 11, 12, 13. Okay, number 14. This is from Shannon Christine Designs. This is called Cup of Cheer. I got this off of 123 Stitch. And the fabric I'm going to be doing this on is a 14 count Aida in the color Touch of Gray. I think that the colors are really going to pop. So this is what I'm talking about. Like I was saying earlier, how Brick City will cut your fabric for your project. I think, honestly, I only need like maybe, because this is only 173 by 62. And I think that I really, truly only needed like that much fabric, I think. But I had to buy a piece this big. So what I'll probably do is do my little Post-it note and start there and see how much I have and then cut the excess off and see if I can use it for something else. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, Cup of Cheer. And then my next one is another Shannon Christine design. This is Autumn Favorites. I really like this. I like it on the darker color as much as I hate stitching on black. But mine's going to be not quite black. I'm going to do it on 14 count chalkboard. I like that. I like the chalkboard. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So now we are on 16. Number 16, Halloween letters from Primrose Cottage Stitches. This is the model is stitched on a 28 count whisper, and I don't like that color for this. Stitcherista is also going to be stitching this one. Not with me. She doesn't even know who I am. She doesn't care like what I'm stitching it on. We're not doing it together. We just happen to both have the pattern and both of us are changing the fabric, and it's about the same time. So, but she just was talking about this on one of her episodes like last week or maybe even this week. It's the only reason I'm even bringing it up, because she was just talking about how she's going to do this, but she's doing it, she's going to do hers on perforated paper, and she colored the paper like this bright blue because she wanted something to contrast. And just about every Halloween related color is in here. So it's like, well, what the hell do we stitch on this, right? But she's doing hers on blue perforated paper, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I ain't doing blue. I'm going to do mine on on dirty. What color? 14 count, dirty Ada. I think that the white and stuff is really, because you can't even, you can hardly see the white on there. Like Tricks right here, look, the white just blends in. So I think it's going to pop on the dirty Ada. And I also had picked up some Petite Silk Lame that glows in the dark. I got that for another project, and I picked up a second one. I think I might, I don't remember if it was this one or another one that there was there's ghosts on here, and I might do the ghosts in that glow in the dark one. Whoo, sorry. Okay, number 16 is Day to Night Iceland by Lars Stewart, charted by Pain Free Crafts. Really like this one. And this is going to be stitched on a 28 count, easy count. We got it. I'll probably do 1/1 full cross on that one. And then another one will be Day to Night Africa by Lars Stewart. I also have Day to Night Tropics, but I have not gotten fabric for that one yet. This will be the same thing, 28 count, easy count, Lugana, 1/1 full cross. The next one is Gingerbread Smalls from Twin Peak Primitives. This technically would be 9 new starts because they're all separate. Can I show you without a glare? And I will be stitching them on a 28 count Lugana in the color Cornflower. It's like a 27. I'm not going to unfold this whole thing. It's 27 by 27 piece of fabric. This is by Fiber on a Whim. I think I happened to get the piece that had their tag on there, because the store did not put the tag on there. I think I happened to get the piece that had the tag on it, but this is from Fiber on a Whim. Cornflower. So what I did, in case anybody is in this situation, what I did was I calculated, and I don't do this myself, like I don't math myself. I do this on the cross stitch calculator from Yarn Tree. I took the stitch count, and I knew I wanted to do it on 28 count. So I took the stitch count and calculated, doing it over 2 on 28 count, how much fabric I was going to need for one piece, for each piece. And all of them were averaging 9 by 9 or 9 by 8. And so I kind of laid them out, and I figured out, okay, well, if I do 3 across and 3 down, I'll need 27 by 27. That way, if it's a little bit off, if I don't start in the exact middle, it'll be okay, but it'll give me plenty of room. I'll probably do what they did and finish them into pillows, because those are really cute. Okay, the next one, I found a pattern in my stash that I bought like 2 years ago. So I think I got like 2 really old patterns in here in this potential start pile. This is Peppermint Purple Blackwork It's called Sunny Waves. This was the first blackwork pattern I actually bought, and I still have not started it, and I bought it in 2020. I will be doing this on a 14 count Aida in white. And I love peppermint purple stuff. Like she did like a tribute piece for the Queen when she passed, of like her crown with her initials, like Roman numeral 2, and I can't remember it, but anyway, I had that in a blackwork pattern. It looks really nice. So anyway, but yeah, I love her stuff. Oh my God, what were we at? 16. Okay, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, perfect, 20. Okay, so there's 20 projects down. All right, here's 3 more. These are from Stitch Rovia. These will be 3 separate starts. They are 3 separate patterns. I will be doing Hope on 14 count black Aida. Not Hope, Joy. Joy. The one where the fireworks are just popping off of that fabric. Look at that. I'll be doing this on 14 count black Aida. I will be doing Love on 18 count baby pink. And I will do Hope on 28 count white Monaco. So you say one of them, all of them, whichever one of those you want to see. I really like Joy. I might go ahead and do that because those fireworks look banging. So I guess that's 3 starts. That'd be 23. Number 24 is another one from Stitch Rovia. Single step. It says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I will be doing this on a 18 count white Aida, white opalescent Aida. So that's 24. Number 25 is Sweet Bee by Stitch Rovia. And I will be doing this one on a 28 count Jobelan even weave in the color Lamb's Wool. So there's 25. Okay, number 26 is White Tiger Ghost. It is a crop. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Oh, I didn't show you. I'll have to show you after this. I bought 4 patterns from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is one of them. This is not a very good printout. It looks way better when it's not all janky like that. I'll be doing this. It is a full coverage, so I'll be doing this on 18 count Aida and Ivory. So 26. Number 27 is the Haunted Library style from Lola Crow Cross Stitch. This is the prologue. Yeah, this is the prologue. They're on chapter 9 by now, but I'm going to be doing this with a few of my friends, and we decided to start this on November the 5th. I mean, everybody else is already on like chapter 9. They're almost done with it, but I'll be doing this on a 18 count Aida in Vintage Country Mocha. It's still folded up. I got more fabric. I got more. So this is a print also, FYI. But Vintage Country Mocha for that. So that's a definite because I even have a date for that and everything. This one I also have a date for. This is from Dirty Annie's. This is Fat Pants. It says, Happy Thanksgiving, get your fat pants ready. I'll be doing this on Thanksgiving Day. I'll be doing this on a 16 count Dirty Aida. That's 27. Number 28. This is from Puntini Puntini. It's called Craft Supplies and Other Lies. It's from the Craft Other Lies series. It says, I will not buy craft supplies this month and other lies I tell myself. I'll be doing this on a Dirty Aida as well. 26, 27, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay. Number 30 is from Cross Stitch Studio. This is From the Ashes. It is a crop of a larger piece. The artwork is by Abraham Hunter. I will be doing this on a 25 count, easy count Lugana. Probably 1/1 full cross, I think. So there's 30 starts. I have enough for November, but I still got more. But wait, there's more. This is not a good printout. This technically would be 6 starts. There's 6 separate patterns. Like, they're not all together. It's not all on one pattern. This would technically be 6 starts if I started all 6 of these. But these are potion bottles from Maya Stitch. I bought this pattern a while ago. And they're all different potion bottles. And like I said, one of the colors, it must be maybe the magenta, is kind of acting funky, so it didn't print out right. But when you see them online, they look really nice. And I will be doing all of those on this 14 count Aida in Vintage Oat from Zweigart. So that's 6, so there's 36. I would only be doing 1 though, so I guess that's 31. I don't know. Anyway, then I also got this kit it's from Artiste, and this is called Merry Christmas. I saw Night Fear is working on this one. She's working in the middle, and I thought it was really cute. So when I saw it in the store, I went ahead and picked it up. So there's that. Oh, let me jump back over to this one from Maya Stitch. So let me just show you a little bit closer here. So this is a butterfly potion, and then this one is crystal. That one is a mushroom. This one is pumpkin. That one is a spider, and this one is a unicorn, I believe. I'll have to double check. I'll go back on her site because she has names for all of them. So or maybe it's listed at the top of each pattern. I'll go back and I'll look. Okay, so that's, I guess, 37. But really you should add 8 more because of all the ones from the little Christmas, the gingerbread things. It's 37. All right, so number 38. But if you add the other 8, that would really be 46. So I guess if I started all those, it would be 46. This one is Halloween Feather Tree from Little Robin Designs. And this calls for Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Color Works, and I did get all of it except for Grits and Raven. I did not get the black. I did not get the white. I'm just using DMC for those 2. I'll be doing this also on a 32 count Stormy Night. Vintage Stormy Night. And I picked up 2 Mill Hill kits. They're buttons and beads kits. This one is from their autumn series, and this is Enchanted Pumpkin. So if you've never done one of these, I've never done one, and I picked up 2. But I thought they were really cute. But it comes with perforated paper, the buttons, the beads, and the thread. And then the other one I picked up is from their spring series, and this is Honeybee. I thought those were really cute, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then the last one I want to show you, I saw the pattern. Okay, so this one, I thought this was a really, really cool thing, and so I was kind of saving it for last because I saw the pattern and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool looking, but not something I would normally be like, oh my God, I have to have it. And so I go about my business and everything. I'm standing at the fabric counter. I was at Brick City. So I saw the pattern and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, right? And And then I was standing at the fabric counter. Oh, and I was looking at the back to see what it called for. And I saw all these DMCs for it. And then it was calling for some silks and some buttons. And then it was a special fabric that was made for it. 28 count casual linen. The color is called Bang by Crosswind Collection. And I was like, well, that sounds like a super special fabric. So anyway, I'm standing at the fabric counter getting my measurements done. And I happen to see this fabric with that name. And I was like, oh, that's the fabric for that one pattern. And she was like, oh yeah. She said, it's up there on the wall. I turn around and I look up. That was the baddest ass thing I have seen in a very long time. So I was like, you know what? I gotta get it. It's from Glennon Place, and it is Poltergeist Pirates. Look at this. Look at this. It looks so freaking cool in person. It is so awesome. And they even had the button pack for it. They have all the buttons for it and a little pack already for you. And then I went ahead, this was the thing that I got the glow in the dark for. I don't know where the glow in the dark goes. I didn't even look to see. Oh, you know what? That little parrot right there. Maybe there. Anyway, the only thing I didn't get for it was the silk pack because I've already spent enough money on the fabric, the pattern, the buttons. And Jean told me, she was like, well, I can't order the silk pack for you, but it's gonna be like $50. And I was like, no. She said you don't have to do the silk pack. She said you can just use DMC. Just look and see where it goes and then just get a coordinating DMC to go with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I think if you divide up those, the potion bottles and the gingerbread pieces into individual starts, I have well over 50 that I can pick from. So that's all I got to say. I've got, what time is it? God, it's like 9:30 p.m. I'll get a little bit of stitching done tonight. And then I've got 2 more days of working on whips. And then New Start November is going to happen. So I'm excited about that. So if you had something in particular that you saw that you wanted me to stitch, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see if I can make it happen. And, ow, I hit my toe. Yeah, so if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Leave me a comment if you'd like to. I don't always respond to each comment, but I do read them. I also have an Instagram, the Caffeinated Crafter 80. I'm really bad about posting on it. I'm really bad about posting out. I'm gonna try to get better. I'm gonna see if I can keep it up. If I can keep it up during the month of November, maybe I'll go ahead and continue with it. I haven't posted on it in like a hot minute, but I'll try to see if I can do it with my new starts. So you can follow me on Instagram, the Caffeinated Crafter 80. I'll put my Instagram name in the description box down below. And I'm not linking all these patterns and stuff. Oh yeah, one more thing I was gonna show you real quick. I forgot to show you these. So I got these 4 patterns from Cross Stitch Studio. This is that one I was showing you. White Tiger Ghost. And then this one is Dear Santa. It says, Dear Santa, before I explain, how much do you know already? This is not a full coverage. I got to get fabric for it. And then I got Bringing Home the Tree. I'm showing you on here because my printouts look atrocious. And then the last one I got was the one I've been waiting for. It was released the day before my birthday. So I was like, oh my God, it was meant to be. Christmas Shops is a new release from them. That one's big. It's like 900 by 700. They needed it to be really big because of all the words on the signs. I was super excited when I saw that. All right, so anyway, so I bought those 4. I have fabric for the one. I got to get fabric for the other 3. I think that's about all I got to say. So, again, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. That was a long video, a lot of talking. And, yeah, I'm excited for New Start November. I'm pumped because I've got so many things to pick from this time. So I think I'll be good to go. I'm ready. And I might even start a few more projects in December. I might just to get them because of that whole thing with the balance. Because there's going to be a few things I'm going to be impatient to start. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in December. I'm going to try to get that organization thing and get my rotations and everything done. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say. Now I'm rambling. I'm just repeating myself over and over. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Get a lot of stitching in, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.